You know when you're 10 years old and you think neons and bright lights are really cool? Well, guess what we're doing today?
Welcome.
Roll the film.
Roll the film.
So this idea actually spawned because if you go on the Land Rover website and try to configure your own brand new Range Rover Sport or Discovery or whatever, you will find that the mood lighting option you can have on the car will cost you £500, which seems a little bit extravagant. However, I bought these on eBay for less than £10, so we're going to see if we can get the same effect in my Land Rover Defender. At the moment we've got 4 LED strips here with some 3M sticky stuff on the back so we can put them where we want. And then we've got this 12-volt socket, which we're not going to be using. We're going to do it all properly and hide it behind the dash so we don't have this sticking out of my dashboard. And then we've got these 4, which at the moment I think we're going to put 2, one on each door here at the front, so they'll light up the footwell, and then one down in the tray down there, and then one in the back of the car. So hopefully we'll get some good lighting all around. And then we've also got this nice little remote, so we can have all kinds of colours, and a nice another little feature, which you will see later, which has had us in stitches so far. So let's do it. In order to provide power to the LEDs, we need to search for a 12-volt feed behind the dash. So the plan is to use the purple wire there to connect the LEDs up. The only thing we have to watch out for is that the radio carries on working after we've done that, because we don't want the LEDs to draw so much power that there's not enough power left for the radio as well, because that wire is for the radio. But they're just simple LEDs, so the idea is that they shouldn't draw so much power, so we should be alright.
So this is a power cable coming off from the control unit box here. First I wanted to split the wires and put them onto plus and minus to make it look a bit more neat, but inside here is actually a small circuit board. There's already a fuse. If you take the top bit off here, you've got a fuse. So we'll just keep it all in this little contraption here, because you weren't going to see it anyway. So we're going to put ground on the side here. We're going to solder on a plus wire, the purple one, right in the tip. We just make sure they're not going to get in contact with each other, and just let this one be on all the time. Then we should be in business.
Soldering wires onto the 12-volt plug will allow us to hide it behind the dash, rather than having it sticking out of the socket. So what we've now done is soldered the positive and the negative wires up to this 12-volt plug, and then just, covered it in electrical tape A to keep the button down on the end so it stays on, and also to cover up the connections. And then we just need to wire that into the 12-volt feed behind the dash here, and we should be good to go. With the plug sorted, we snipped the wire from the radio and then soldered it back together with the wire from the LEDs attached to it. Also, it's important to make sure any bare wires aren't touching each other and are covered up either with electrical tape or heat shrink tubing. So far, so good. I've just finished up soldering the last couple of wires, and now I've just turned the key on. And as you can hopefully see, so it's on, the radio is on, and so are the LEDs. So basically, all we need to do is put it back together. It's all gone pretty smoothly actually. Famous last words, of course. We're then going to remove various elements of the dash so that we can run the wires to either side of the cabin. Right, so let me just take you through how we've set these LEDs up before I go through some proper detailed shots, because right now, and especially in the daylight, it's not really doing them justice. But what we've done is we've stuck an LED over in each door, as you can see there over on the far side of the screen, and then on the left side of the screen you can see there's one here underneath the center console, and then we've also got one up inside the tray. There you can just see a little bit of light poking through, but at night time is when this really shines. And then over here, in between the steering wheel on the left and the center console on the right, we've got the remote for the LEDs. And what we've done here, I'm really pleased with, because we've used Velcro to stick it onto the dashboard. So you can remove the remote if you want, but you shouldn't have to, because we've put the infrared receiver here sticking out the side of the center console. So you can have full control of all the LEDs here, with all the colours and the brightness as well, so you don't get blinded at night time and everything else. And the settings here, which I'll talk about in a minute, sorry. So I'm really pleased with how that turned out, because it's really clean. You can't see any of the wires or anything. Now, one thing I will just show you before we get onto some proper like glamour shots, as I said before, is there is a mode which Nissa and I thought was quite good fun. Not really useful, but good fun. One of these buttons, or any of these buttons here, I think, you can press a button and it will sync the colours with the music you're playing. So it'll change the colour on the beat of whatever song you're playing. And I'll show a clip of that right now. So yeah, not the most useful feature, and probably really annoying if you're driving, but it is a bit of good fun, and so, you know, why the hell not? But apart from that, thank you very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to check out all our social media, website, and everything else. You can find a link down in the description below, as well as the link to buy these LEDs if you want to do this little mod yourself. But apart from that, thank you very much for watching, and I think it's time for those glamour shots.